Common question we get asked is, how many sessions am I going to need? What does a typical course of care look like? And it always makes me nervous, this question, because you don't want to say to someone, oh, you're going to have to come in for this many weeks, twice a week and do all this, because it might put them off when they don't understand what's involved with that. But at the same time, you don't want to under-egg it as well and say, we'll have you fixed in 3 sessions, when that might not be the case, because it really depends on a lot of different factors. But in a second, I'm going to tell you what a typical course of care looks like for a common chiropractic patient. So if you're a bit common, this one's for you. So it depends on factors like what's wrong, obviously, how long the problem's been there for. Generally speaking, if it's been there for 20 years, it's probably going to take a bit longer to fix than if it's started last week. How severe it is. Mild problems often get better a bit quicker than severe problems. What other health issues are involved? Do you have a lot of arthritis or diabetes or inflammatory conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or IBS and stuff like that can often lead to more inflammation and therefore more pain in the body? Could be that we need to deal with that as well. And also, what's your lifestyle like? Are you active? Do you eat well? Do you deal with stress well? All this kind of stuff. And lastly, what are your expectations? And by that, I mean, some people just want to feel better sitting at a desk most of the day, maybe walking the dog and, pick up the kids. And if I can do that, I'm happy. Some people want to be able to run a marathon. Some people want to be completely pain-free. They don't want to have any discomfort. They want their health to be as good as possible. Obviously, getting there is going to take a little bit longer. So there are different factors. But here's what a typical course of care looks like. So when someone comes in to see us, now we're talking now about your typical chiropractic patient is someone who, we're not talking about someone who was absolutely fine until yesterday and they twisted badly and they tweaked their back and now their back hurts a bit. We do see people like that and we can help them. But more often than not, people that come to see us have had a problem for a while. So it's probably something that's been coming and going for a while, maybe a few years. But recently it started to get a bit worse, as in it comes on more often now and it takes a bit longer to go away. It gets triggered much easier and it's starting to affect their quality of life more. So that's normally where we see people. And we normally see them during an episode. So it's normally something trivial like tying your shoelaces or something like that to set the back off, but it's something that keeps happening again and again. So initially we'll do an exam. Now this may or may not involve x-rays, depends on what's going on. They need to be clinically justified. But then after the exam, we'll do a report of findings. And that's when we explain what the tests meant, what we found during the exam, how we can help them, give them a diagnosis and say, this is what's causing the problem, this is how we can help, this is how long it will take and what you need to do. And then when we've agreed on a course of care, then we can start doing the treatment sessions. So initially, almost always, it starts with pain relief, because that's why people come in. Most people, 99% of people have pain. Some people come in because they want better posture, that kind of thing. But most people who come to see us for the first time have pain that they don't want. I don't want this pain. So the first few sessions, say the first 3 or 4 sessions, are just focused on getting people feeling better. So we'll do some gentle chiropractic work, maybe some acupuncture. We'll give them simple advice like put an ice pack on, don't put heat on if it's really sore, just put cold. Stay active, basic, simple advice, but a lot of people don't know these things. So the initial week or 2, when we see people, maybe 3 or 4 sessions, depending what we're doing, is all about just getting people feeling better. Right, now, when you're feeling better and the pain's starting to go down, you might not be 100% yet, but you're feeling a lot better when you came in. Then, if we'd agreed on a course of care, then what we want to do then is switch it up and start focusing on the things that caused that problem in the first place. So that might mean improving your posture. If you've got this neck and shoulder tension and headaches and your posture's quite bad because you sit at a desk all the time, then holding the head up like this takes a lot of effort and it strains the muscles a lot. So we might need to improve your posture in order for it to not to keep coming back again and again. It could be that we need to strengthen the muscles up around the lower back or the shoulders. And we do that actually through chiropractic adjustments. So we can strengthen the muscles by just adjusting you, and often we don't need exercises in order to do that. It could be improving range of motion, like range of motion in the hips or the back, so that you can go about day-to-day activities like tying your shoelaces or feeding the cat or whatever it is without tweaking your back all the time. So this stage takes a little bit longer because we're trying to improve the way the body works incrementally. It's a bit like going to the gym or doing some exercises. you'll start feeling better, you'll feel the benefit, feel a bit more energy and kind of the feel-good hormones from exercise pretty quickly, but you're not going to see the results in the mirror until you've been at it for a few weeks. So we're focusing on improving posture, muscle strength and stuff like that until we get to the end of the course. So the idea then is, say after 3 weeks to 6 weeks is pretty average. Twice a week usually is what most people do in the beginning. We'll get to the end of the course, so they're out of pain or pretty much out of pain, that's the goal. But also their posture's starting to get better, the muscles are stronger, they can move more freely with less pain, they can do more things that used to trigger the back pain or whatever it is without that happening. And we've also taught them some things along the way on how to look after themselves. This could be ways to modify everyday activities, or modify your ergonomics at work, how to set your desk up properly, or change your car seat or something like that. Or maybe simple little exercises that you can do in the morning just to help loosen your back off and keep it feeling stronger throughout the day. So by that time you've also learned some healthy habits that are going to keep it going, keep the momentum going, but also help protect your back for a foreseeable future. Now at that stage, the aim is to get people as good as possible by then. And most people, a lot of people by then will think, do you know what, I'm feeling great, that's me. Sometimes we'll need to do a bit more work, again, if it's a very long-standing problem or someone really wants significant posture improvement, or if they have much higher expectations for themselves, like, do you know what, day-to-day activities are fine, but I still get pain when I run 10 miles. Right, okay, well, we need to work with you a bit longer because, you've got much higher expectations of what you want from your body. And what a lot of people do is when they've got to the stage where they're feeling a lot better than they have done often for years, but they want to maintain it, is we'll do a maintenance program with them. We do that for as long as it's working for them, for as long as they feel the benefit. So a maintenance program on average looks something like popping in once a month and doing a little exercise at home. We like to keep it really simple. I don't give people a list of exercises to do because, to be honest, most people don't do them. But if you've got 1, maybe 2 simple exercises you can do in the morning, just build into your normal routine, like brushing your teeth, that kind of thing, then that's going to really help. So when we got to the stage where we want to maintain it, when you're happy with how things are, and we both agree that we can't really, we don't need to make any further improvements, things are about as good as we need them to be, then maybe you will come in once a month, maybe every few weeks, or maybe just give us a call when you need to. So that's a pretty typical care plan. So initially it's about doing sessions normally a couple of times a week. Some people do 3 times a week if they really want to get better quicker, or depending what state they're in, is to try to get you feeling better as quickly as possible. And then the next few sessions are all about strengthening things up so that it doesn't just slide back to how it was. So we're not just patching you up, we're actually getting you into a better condition than you were so that we kind of break the cycle of this thing happening again and again. And then if you want, always up to you, then we'll go into a maintenance program. Maybe check you every now and then, every few weeks, once a month or something like that, just to keep it topped up, keep you in good shape, and make sure that we nip any problems in the bud before they become something that's going to involve time off work or, setting you back to where you were. I hope that answers some questions. If you've got any questions about it, please pop them in the comments, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.